Hey, who are those twos guys up on that billboard? Pretty sick, right? It is Tuesday, December 12th, and Baller, music. We are in NYC, baby. Times Square, in the crowd, with the people, doing the Twos Talk. You may be wondering, Twos guys, why are you in Times Square? Why are you sitting in front of two massive Times Square billboards? That is because in exactly 8 minutes, we will be witnessing your things being shared on the big screen. So, long story short, we get an email. It said, get 2 billboards in Times Square to display or showcase your company by signing up for a new banking provider called Brex. What do we know about Brex? Not a whole lot. What do we know about billboards in Times Square? Not a whole lot. But what we do know is that we have an app for people to remember and share things. So what better way to tell more people about that than to put it up on a billboard? What we are using our billboard time for is to display a QR code that points to a list where all users across the world are able to share their favorite things in Times Square. So far, we've gotten a lot of really cool shared things. My favorite, I think, would be the birth announcement. Somebody had a baby and they, welcomed it on the list.
It was my cousin's baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out Ellis.
potentially,
Shout out Ellis.
could be the first birth announcement
On Tiz.
on Twos and in Times Square. We are 20 seconds from showtime.
Really?
So, I'm gonna kick that over to Twos Baller to tell you about the new features in Twos that he's built specifically for this campaign.
You can save other people's lists on the world. And shout out John Taylor. John Taylor made a eggnog recipe list that I saved and used in real life in Dallas over Thanksgiving with my family. They were like, what is an eggnog? Had saved the list, opened it up. There we go.
It may be one of my favorite features that we have ever built, specifically because it is so perfectly aligned with our overarching vision, which is democratizing and creating a shared database of people's personal information. Baller, let's say you have 4 slices of the best pizza you've ever had this week in New York City.
Okay.
The Twoosers need, me included, need to know about those slices. Being able to go to the same pizza places and to either agree with or disagree with your favorites is so much more unique and valuable than going on Google and searching for best pizza places in New York.
It's just saving someone's list, and you get to follow along with any changes they make. It's like having somebody create a recipe, and if they ever make any changes to the recipe, you will have the latest update. It's not like you need to rebuy their cookbook or research their cookbook or whatever. You just have that information stored and ready to go.
This idea that we are marrying a notes/capture app with a social app for all of the people on Twitter who create threads. 30 tips about how I became the wealthiest man in the world. 30 tips about how I wake up early. All of this information is so impermanent because Twitter is just not built to store the information that you find. And so we really are the preliminary tool where people can capture and share and learn
and use and remember
other people's valuable info. One offshoot of that is saving things. You may not necessarily want the entire list. It could be a favorite quote. It could be a book note. You now have the ability of tapping on the dash of other people's things to choose them and to save them. He shares a list of his favorite pizza places. I've been to 2 through 5, but I haven't been to number 1. I can tap on the dash of number 1. It'll then choose that thing, quite literally add a peace emoji next to it, and then it'll give me the opportunity of saving it to a list that I already have that is either pizza restaurants I want to try, or you can just add it to your day. Permission to get a little authentic. The general premise of talking about twos, to us, the founders, everything that we're building is so novel and so unique that there is a world a couple of months, years, decades
No, we'll keep it at months.
down the line that people really can resonate with what we're saying.
That's things, and that's what we have like yet to fully capture, like, and like package in an understandable way. But they are what's different than notes. Like what makes twos different than notes is like you wouldn't write your to-dos in your notes app. You wouldn't write a reminder in your notes app. You wouldn't write like half of these things.
We're just trying to make storing, remembering, and sharing information things better than it's ever been before.
Yeah.
And my moment of authenticity, my moment of realness is it's hard getting this excited about exactly what we're actually that excited about without really knowing whether or not it resonates with people.
That's the other half of communication, their understanding of what we're saying.
I love what you just said. We're like, it's if a tree falls in the forest but nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Right.
If we talk about things and how dope twos is for nobody to like really download it and love it.
Did we even talk about it?
Did we even talk about it? Let's go ahead and take that over to our twos in the wild stories. Actual experiences that we've had using twos that makes it very unique, very valuable, very exciting. Went to one of my favorite Italian restaurants in the world. Shout out Rocca Tampa, recent Michelin star getter. And as easy as literally, like, I don't even want to say sending a text, because I think it was easier than that. As easy as it was to open my phone, I found all of the lists that I've created about Rocca in the past, one of which was a time that I went to Rocca with a friend, Michael Otis, and we had this very specific bottle of wine, but you never are able to remember or tell them, like, with any specificity what you want. The waiter comes over and I say, we're looking for the Ida Rosso o Espejo. And he was like, how did you know that we have that bottle of wine?
I write things down.
I write things out. So next thing you know, they're bringing out that bottle of wine, and when I say that it was a hit at the table would be an understatement. It is just the power of having the presence of mind to quickly capture information you may want to remember, and then being able to find it and like just become a superhero because of it. Write down more things.
More things.
Write down more things. Industry news. Evernote is effing everyone.
We should hire some Evernote people.
Love that idea.
They're wild.
Specifically, how is Evernote effing everyone? Their free plan might as well just not exist anymore.
Yeah.
You are limited on the free plan to 50 notes.
50 notes, one notebook.
And one notebook. They're charging a lot of money now for you to just use the platform, and people are not happy about it. To end the show, the live Twos Talk Times Square Billboard podcast extraordinaire. Let's do top twos famous things about New York. Make sure to get it up so that the people at home can see. This is for all the marbles, baby.
All right, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh God.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
No!
I think I'm gonna have to go with pizza. And I wanted to go like food, but I think that's too crazy of a.
That would be
thing.
a big ask.
I'm gonna do pizza.
Pizza. New York famous pizza.
It's delicious.
Related to the pizza, but it's not the pizza, the water. The water from New York City.
Tap water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard
Of
this
course.
about? Yeah.
I've already drank some since I've been here.
Well, but like specifically, have you heard the thing about it?
That it's quality tap water.
And it's like hard. It's like a harder tap water, I believe.
What does that mean? More minerals?
More minerals, I believe. And so what they
You're
say.
making me want some water.
I need it.
That's good stuff.
Those minerals, so good. Such tasty, tasty minerals. Number 2's famous thing about New York. It's the idea of Yankees fans wearing wife beaters and gold chains and just being all about the gabagool. The thing about it is like it's almost come from a place of passion. Like they just have a lot of passion. New Yorkers.
Of course.
New Yorkers, I'm walking here.
We're about to get it?
5, 4,
It's so hot.
3, 2, 1, twos, guys. The boys. Hey, who are those twos guys up on that billboard? Pretty sick, right? Everyone? See, nobody cares.
Everybody's taking photos of us.
Adding things to the list. It's a big deal.
It
People
is
are talking about it.
We've got a live audience here. My number 2.
Number 2 thing about New York.
My number 2 thing about New York. I'm gonna say the walking.
Yeah, oh wow, that's a good one.
I like the walking.
That's a freaking good one, bro.
Took a 30-minute walk to get here.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Honorable mention the subway. I freaking love the public transportation.
The one that I was gonna do, I was maybe gonna take this over 1, is the
Skyscrapers?
skyscrapers. I love the skyscrapers.
I honestly low-key love the billboards. So, Times Square, we out here, 2's guys, doing it. Oh God, turning my back that way is not natural. So yeah, that
Thanks for being here.
is the show. And until next time, 2's out.